question that came in about skills. People do from time to time, and we save those up for when you're here. A viewer wanted to know who can benefit from using the skills program. Is it just for kids starting out with autism? Is it just for autism? Are there teenagers that could benefit from using it? And we wanted you to be able to address that question.
The best way for me to address it is to kind of explain the history of how we developed skills. It started with going to the research on child development. And so what we wanted to do is figure out everything that children learn from when they're infants up to adolescent age. And we wanted to do that across every single area of human functioning so that we were not missing one single skill. So in reality, skills is a program that gets kids caught up for whatever it is they're missing, for whatever the diagnosis, and whatever the age, as long as they're between basically 0 and adolescent age. Okay. So it's appropriate for anyone who you think is deficient or maybe delayed. It doesn't have to be autism. It could be typically developing. It doesn't matter at all. It will find out what the holes and the weaknesses are, and then it will provide activities. And since it uses ABA, ABA can be used with any population to teach anything. So it's not just for children with autism.
And then you say up to adolescence, but you're not talking about chronological age, you're talking about skill level, right? So if you were to have a 16-year-old who has the skill level of a 5-year-old, it would still be appropriate because we're working on those skills, getting them caught up.
Yes, and the skills program is used in high schools and middle schools because there's a few sections in there that even though they start to develop and become pretty well developed by, let's say, 11 years old or something like that, there's something that are life skills that you use for the rest of your life. It kind of makes me think, like, I've heard that saying, like, everything I need to know I learned in kindergarten or whatever. Yeah. It's the idea that you might start to develop them really at a younger age, but that doesn't mean there's something you just stop doing when you're an adult. You continue to do them and you continue to need them. So it's the executive functioning things, like being able to plan and organize and use time management and all that. Even though those things start to develop earlier, it's very relevant for a high school aged person or even an adult.
I'm 50 years old, and I'm using the executive functions curriculum to tighten up some things because they're important, and there were things that I just hadn't thought, oh, I could get better at this.
Yeah. So in reality, what skills is missing for the older population is it just doesn't have things that you don't really begin to do until older. So you got to think of emerging. When does these skills emerge? If they emerge past adolescent age, it's not going to be in there. So for example, balancing a checkbook.
Okay.
Or, you know, just banking in general, or knowing how to ride the bus, you know, those kind of things are not going to be in there.
Okay.
Dating skills.
Right.
Stuff like that.
You know, at some point that needs to be in there because the population, and not just the autism population, needs that.
Yes.
I know lots of people who are in their 30s who do not have a diagnosis of autism who would appreciate a step-by-step on how to date.
But literally there are a lot of other skills in there, like learning how to do some laundry type stuff, learning how to do light cooking, you know, using the microwave, the toaster oven, using the phone. Anything that you can imagine would emerge by the time a kid is 11 or years of age is going to be in there.
Ordering in a restaurant, shopping, all of those kinds of things are in there.
Using money.
It's an amazing program.
Yeah.
And I think that every junior high school and high school student should have to go through the cognition and the executive function curriculum, and actually the part of the social curriculum that's social language.
I know.
I think it would benefit all of our junior high and high schools but that's just my soapbox. But anyway, great answer to the question. And for people who are interested in finding out more about skills, where should they go?
They can go to the website, which is www.skillsforautism.com.
And there is a free trial?
Yes, there is.
Okay, so you can go and do that and find out more information.
Click on sign up at the top, and it'll take you through the process.
Okay, awesome. And I also want to remind everybody that Autism Care and Treatment Today does, if you go and look at skills and you do the trial and you say, I really want to do this, and it's outside of what you can afford, it's very affordable. And yet still, if it's still outside what you can afford, please apply for a grant at Autism Care and Treatment Today. I know that they have given many grants for skills, and it's a grant that they love to give.
Yes.
So because it is so affordable. I mean, let's be honest about it. They know it's within the realm of what they can do at Autism Care and Treatment Today.